Howdy folks, welcome back to Vanilla Arc. Sorry my voice sounds a little bit funny today, but I think I've got allergies creeping in, but I really want to get this flight done, so that's what we're going to do anyway. Kind of a fun one today because we're in Minnesota for leg 24 of our 50 states tour, and we're not doing just any flight in Minnesota. We are going from Sky Harbor Airport to Sky Harbor Airport. In other words, Sky Harbor in Duluth to Sky Harbor in Eveleth. Both in Minnesota, about 15 nautical miles apart or so. 50 nautical miles. Minnesota's my home state. You know, we've done plenty of flights in Minnesota, and we've actually flown out of this airport plenty of times. So I was going to do something different like southern Minnesota, but that's similar to Iowa. We've already taken a northern Minnesota tour, so I'm like, what can we do? And when I saw that there were two Sky Harbor airports in Minnesota next to each other, I'm like, let's just do that. So that's what we're going to do. The airplane we're using is something we used to use a little bit, haven't used a long time. This is the Freeware Latecoere 28 Hydro. Unfortunately, once we hop inside, the textures are screwed up, but I want to use it anyway, just because I want to mix up a little bit. But I'll be taking this out of my hangar as soon as we're done, because it looks really bad inside. But I wanted to try it anyway. So let's hop inside and get going right away. That's probably the shortest introduction we've had. But let's just hop inside. And yeah, the reflections, yeah, they're there, but worse if you come back and look around. You can see through it. Which is too bad, because this used to look awesome. You know, but every time they update X-Plane, you know, things change. Apparently textures do too. So we got a little bit of glare going on our gauges, but we should be okay. This could be purely VFR. There is an ADF, or you can tune your ADF with this thing, which is kind of interesting. I've done that before, but I don't think there's any NDBs where we're going. If there is, I didn't notice them. I'll look at the map again a little bit. Maybe there is. We can play with this ADF thing. It's kind of fun. Gotta figure out how to use it though. I can't remember how to use it, and it's hard to see it, so I'll do the best I can. In fact, I think we started over here. I don't remember. Let's start this thing. I'm sure I'll figure it out. Anyway, ruined weather's turned on too, by the way. We're going all out on this thing. So let's get our weather here briefly. We'll just take off into the wind because we're on the seaplane, which technically is 927 in real life, I believe. But light and variable winds doesn't matter. Okay, altimeter 3012. If we even have an altimeter setting in here, we must. Well, Eveleth is right up over here somewhere, just off the map. We'll check the weather again as we get closer. We'll try to land this thing. I don't remember. This is not an X-Plane 11 plane. It might even be X-Plane 9, or I don't even know. Maybe it's X-Plane 10. But we'll do the best we can. I'm just trying to look how to set my altimeter. Where's the knob? Maybe there isn't one. Maybe we just have to deal with it. Okay. How do we start this thing? Like I said, that's for something. That's for like, I'm pretty sure this is our ADF thing, I think. Otherwise, yeah, there's ADF there. Let's see what things do, just so I get ready. It's in French, of course. That does something. Don't know what it does. Battery, fuel, start. Is that it? Oh, okay, that's it. Okay, we're started. And we're moving even though anchor is deployed. Anchor is no longer deployed. Flaps? Yes, there are flaps, and we're going to move. Okay. Alrighty, we're moving. Alright, and we're going to do a Tokyo drift towards shore. Please turn. Please turn. Don't start on fire. I want to turn around and take off on what is really runway like 9 or 27 or something in real life on the seaplane base here. This actually is exactly where I flew in the Beaver. I've talked about that before. When I went on a sightseeing tour trip to Duluth in the Beaver, my first and only small airplane, it was right here, exactly where we are right now. So let's get out of here if we can. See how this works. Oh, it's hard to see anything. That's kind of the point though. And where's our speed? It's down there somewhere. All this glare. Is that 100? Can we take off yet? Can we? Go. I'm trying to rotate and we're not taking off. Come on. I guess we don't have enough speed yet. How long is this going to take? Because we're going to run out of water here. Are you going to rotate at all? Another set of flaps, thank you. I had 2 sets of flaps just so I could get out of the water. Alright, here we go. Let's get our flaps in so we gain speed. There we go. Fun. Now the only way you can navigate this thing is we're going to use the map. So we brought our iPads with. They're on our lap. That's what that map is going to be. Let's do some sightseeing and we'll pull up the map here. Let's not go too slowly. Looking back at Superior, Wisconsin. Duluth over that hill, or on that hill. Park Point, which stops just before the airport. You can go up to the airport. And the little break, so that's Wisconsin on the right side of the water, Minnesota on the left. And let's turn this thing. Can we turn it from the outside? I think we can. This one isn't too bad to fly from the outside. Yes, it is. Okay, let's hop inside while we do this here. Oh my gosh, the glares and textures. This is going to be tough. It's going to be a long flight to go 50 miles at this speed. I don't even know what those things say. I can't even tell. I assume that speed on the top center. Anerometer, whatever that means. Alright, altimeter. No, that's the tachometer. Altimeter's over there. I can't see because of the glare. I'm going to have to, like, fix that in a minute by zooming in. Oh, can't even see through the windshield. Let's hop back outside. I told you on the Michigan flight that this would be kind of a goofy one. I didn't mean it to be this goofy. I just meant we're going to go from Sky Harbor to Sky Harbor because I thought that was pretty funny. But apparently, it's going to be a little more interesting than that in some ways. Otherwise, this is where I flew in a Beaver for sightseeing, just like this. And felt like this too, nice and slow, and it didn't scare me too much until the guy opened my window. Then I freaked out. Otherwise, it wasn't too bad. But we've done plenty of Duluth stories, plenty of Duluth flights. I'm not going to bore people now, but I do want to say yet again, if there are any scenery developers watching, please develop Duluth. Got several airports you can do as part of the deal, and remap the elevation of the hill and get some landmark type buildings in there. That'd be pretty awesome. It's the largest freshwater port in the world. So, hint, hint. Somebody should do something with Duluth. I would, but I don't know how. Otherwise, Park Point there, Canal Park, really above the left wing. That'd be a big thing to focus on. You got the lift bridge, you got the high bridge, you got the bong bridge, you got Enger Tower, you got several airports, you got downtown, you got the deck. DECC, Delta Echo Charlie Charlie, the deck, Duluth Entertainment Convention Center. And even some lighthouses for 2 harbors. Anyway, alright, enough of that. It's getting kind of hazy because we're getting to some clouds, huh? Otherwise, let's see what else can we do before we pull up our map and fly to Eveleth, which I think isn't the Hockey Hall of Fame in Eveleth, I think? Something like that. I'm not sure. My northern Minnesota knowledge is starting to wane. Otherwise, we could do some sightseeing, but there really isn't much sightseeing to do from inside this thing. I mean, there's this cool stuff. Because, in case you don't know what this is, in real life, this plane was a long-haul mail carrier in France. And there we got a wing view. So that's why if you look around, you have all these mail bags. Those are not money bags. We did not rob a bank. There's a sink back there. We did not rob a bank. But it was a long-haul mail carrier, which explains why there's a bathroom back there, a restroom with a sink. I don't know what long-haul meant, but long enough you need a restroom. And you carry mail. So that's what this thing is. Look at our Lake Superior, how beautiful. So this is not its home location. Otherwise, we're trying to fly this thing without using gauges, and it's not working so well. So let's see here. What else can I tell you? Not much. Let's try to stay below the clouds, I think. Let's hop inside, though. And let's bring up that map. And, oh boy, this is going to be it. This flight's going to go forever. Eveleth is kind of to the left up here a little bit. What's the airport called? 9. Oh, there it is. Right there. Boom. 9 Yankee 5. That's where we're going. Right there. And, oh, I'm not looking out the window, and we're in the clouds, and we're going to crash. So let's pay attention. So that's where we're going. Leave the map like that so I can keep an eye on it. Otherwise, I'm going to stop talking because my last 2 or even 3 videos were long story time. I know some of you love that, and some of you don't. I love telling stories, but because of my allergies, my voice is funny anyway, and I don't want to sound terrible. So we are going to try to stay below these clouds. I'm going to VFR this thing as best as I can and avoid the Duluth airport, which we can't even see now. And I will catch you as we get closer to Eveleth. Alright, before we do our sightseeing though, I had to turn off the clouds. It was overcast to the ground. Weather updated, and it was right on the ground, completely fogged in. Couldn't see anything, and that doesn't make for a very good VFR flight, does it? So I raised the clouds and turned off weather. So now we have somewhat, not really overcast, but heavily scattered clouds, and they're high enough that we can see what we're doing. So that is why we can now see the Duluth airport. And we are now going to try to fly this thing, which is not going very well at all. It's very difficult to fly this in X-Plane 11, but we'll do the best we can. We'll do some sightseeing. I'll keep using my map, and I'll catch you, like I said, when we're closer to Eveleth. Alright, just checking in with you a little bit. We're a little over halfway there, I think. Flight time so far has been like 18 or 19 minutes, although it feels like it's been an hour, but it's only been like 18 or 19 minutes. Otherwise, a couple things I want to look at here. First of all, the map, which is the iPad on our lap. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit this lake right here, and then give us this whole thing to land. So that's what we're going to do, which means I probably need to go a little bit left. Otherwise, that's how we took off. You can see my little zigzag when we're stuck in the clouds. Yeah, actually, yeah, so are we halfway? No, I don't know, we're pretty close. Anyway, that's how we're going to approach that. And I totally lost my airport. There, I found my airport again, so we are over halfway there, so that's good. So yeah, we're going to go to left a little bit, take that entire lake if we have to. So that's where we are there. Let's get back to how that was. Okay. Another thing I wanted to talk about was the textures of northern Minnesota are pretty awesome. Again, we're kind of low to the ground, so it isn't the coolest looking thing. It'd be nice if we're up another like 1,000 feet or 2,000 feet, but compared to the farmlands of southern Minnesota and even western Minnesota, this northeastern part of Minnesota is represented very well. Of course, it's all woods and parks and boundary waters and everything up here. So this is a really good representation of what it actually looks like compared to other parts of the state, as well as other parts of the Midwest. Of course, Minnesota is upper Midwest. But otherwise, it looks really neat. I'm really pleased with how the textures turned out. And that's another reason why we're doing this 50 state series, is to see the different textures of different types of land over the course of the country. You know, from the mountains to the deserts, to the Rockies, to northern Minnesota like this, to the swamps in Florida and Alabama and stuff like that. So, does a good job. And of course, all the water is real. It's all part of the OSM data. Roads are real for the most part. But otherwise, I just want to talk about that briefly. We're going to get back to flying the last 15 minutes or so of our flight. And I'll catch you when it's time to do something decisive. Alright, so we have this airport coming up here rather quickly. I think what we're going to do is we're going to buzz the airport nice and low, and then we'll make a sharp turn to the right and land on that lake. And then we will land at the end of the lake, because that's where the waterway is. I apologize, I can't remember the name of the lake. I looked at it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what it's called, because I knew what it was, and now I've forgotten. Now that I'm in the heat of the moment, I can't remember the name of the lake. So obviously I'm pasting it below for you right now, hint to myself to do that. And that's where we're going to land, on the northern tip of it. So we're coming up on this airport, which means you shouldn't need the map anymore. We should just be able to see this airport. Well, this nose is so huge. Looks like a freight train locomotive with floats on it, doesn't it? Anyway, where is this airport? We are going to use the outside view, because the airplane is a lot more attractive from the outside. And I can't see that airport. Oh, there it is right in front of us. Must be that. Right? If I zoom in a little bit. Yeah, there it is right in front of us. And then there's the lake right there to the right. Oh, there's a town there. Must be full of resorts. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to aim for that. Come down over that airport and buzz the town, land on the lake. If we land in the water and have to taxi the whole length of the lake, that's fine with me as long as we land. It's been a long flight, and it's only been 25 minutes, but it's been a very, very, very long 25 minutes, let me tell you. Otherwise, a couple more seconds of sightseeing, and we'll cross this airport and make a move. Alright, time to see where we are. I can hardly read the altimeter. 1,000 feet something? Whatever, I can't really tell. So let's come down a little bit. We might actually do this all from the outside, because I can't see anything. Plus this plane looks awesome from the outside. So that lake looks pretty small from up here, but it's plenty big to land on. So let's bring back throttles even more. We're going to crane our necks here. Try to see. Oh, looks like you can look down there. That might be very helpful, actually, to be able to see down there where your floats are. Landing float planes, well, on a normal plane, normal model, you want to look to the side to get your idea of where you are in terms of elevation, because you can't tell by just looking at the water. You want to come in nice and slow, you don't want to bounce, you don't want to tumble. I have landed several float planes in X-Plane 11 just fine. The Beaver, the Twin Otter, a few other things, but I think I did fly this in Alaska. Long time ago we flew this in Alaska, I think, and it went okay. So we'll see how it goes now. I'm not expecting anything. There's our lake. That's what we're going to do. We're going to land on that thing. And throttles have been idle for a while, and we're coming in really fast, but we're going to just float along the entire length of the lake. Let's get flaps down because I don't know how slow we're going. I have no idea. I can't read any of those gauges. The glare is so bad. So we are just going to start to float down, and like I said, we're probably going to land way sooner than we need to, but we'll just taxi along the lake. So here we go. We're going to come down. I have no idea how high we are. That's what's so hard about this. We'll just keep leaning forward. How we get somewhat close to what we think is tree level. And we're coming in really fast, but that's okay. Alright, here we go. Let's just let this thing put itself down. And hopefully we don't tumble or anything. So there we go. Let's do that a little bit. Oh, we're pretty high yet, aren't we? Because we're way above those trees. And we got some land islands out here. Anyway, here we go. Whoop. Let's go left. We're not down yet, are we? No, here we go. Slight flare, but not too much. Try to avoid that island. Are we down? We might be down already. I can't tell. I think, no, now we're down. Because we bounced like crazy. Oh, let's try that again. I can do better than that. If we have enough speed. We have enough speed to clear these power lines. But anyway, you can get an idea for how difficult it is. It'd actually be much easier to land this thing from the outside, but that's not very realistic. Alright, flaps are in now. We barely cleared those power lines. Let's loop around. Get some speed here. Loop around and try that again. I know I can do better than that, even in a weird model like this one. And I say weird model because it's obviously not an X-Plane 11 model. It's like 9 or 10. Anyway, let's quickly make a circuit here. Go back to our lake. We'll go alongside of our lake. And then we'll give ourselves enough room. We'll try it again. I'm guessing we bounced because we were going way too fast. That's what I'm guessing happened. But I can't see the speed with the reflection textures. I can't see anything. Even if I go in really close, I can't see any of that. I have no idea how fast we're going. I have no idea how high we are. And I don't have peripheral vision, so we can't look to the side all that easily. Oh, we're gaining speed now. Yeah, we'll take the length of the lake again. I'll catch you here as soon as we turn around. Alright, we're going to try this again. I'm going to keep you with me for the turnaround in case something strange happens here. Keeping the throttles pretty much forward. Seems to either want to be a lot forward. Look at this, we're like getting blown sideways. I think the wind's picked up. I forgot I had real wood weather turned on. Even though I raised the clouds, I kept the wind and everything. So I forgot about that because we're getting blown around quite a bit. So here we go, let's try this again. Let's get flaps going now because I don't know how fast we're going or anything. So I think there's at least 2 sets of flaps. Let's just keep pushing the flap button like 5 or 6 times. Now we're floating around. Alright, so here we go. Let's try this again. So I think we're going too fast when we touch down. But I don't want to stall either because stall will cause a bounce too. So maybe we weren't too fast, maybe we stalled and we're too high. I don't know. Like I said, these gauges right now are just completely useless. And I'm not going to take the time to try to figure out how to read through that texture. So we're just going to come down low. So if we stall, we're okay. And then we'll level off and just let it put itself down. I think that's my plan. If it doesn't work this time, we'll just bounce it out. But let's at least clear that point that sticks out there. Alright, try to use the side, I think. Alright, we're almost down. Let's just bring back throttles now. Let it stall, put itself down. We're going to go right between these islands. Fine, whatever. Is that good? We're going to bounce, aren't we? Yep. That's okay. Let's just bounce it out. I'm not doing it again. That was a huge bounce. That's a gigantic bounce. We're still not stalled. So that means we were too fast. Okay, I still have control, so we're not stalled. We're going to bounce again. Yeah, we're going too fast. This is going to be a crash. Oh, well, it happens. Here we go. How's this going to look? Yeah, we're going way too fast. I have control. Whoops. Okay, well, we tried. Now we're stalling. There we go. Good. Good way to stop, too. Alrighty, that was ridiculous, but sometimes you don't have a choice. So anyway, let's turn this thing off. Will that turn it off? There we go. Excellent. Good. See? We're just parked here for the winter. That's all. Instead of taking the cranes or whatever they use to take these things out of the water, the lifts, and then put them on wheels, we just parked it for them for the winter. Let's hop inside and let's turn this thing off. Battery. Where's my mouse? I think it was just the battery. Boom. That's it. We're done. Everybody get your mail, get your stuff. Welcome to Minnesota. Sky Harbor to Sky Harbor. Duluth to Eveleth. And hopefully you enjoyed it. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for your continued support. If you found me by accident, do not judge this video as representation of the channel, because it's not. I usually take Flight Sim a lot more seriously than this. It's just when I put out 2 or 3 or 4 flights a week, we have to have fun sometimes. We got to enjoy the textures. We got to enjoy some water. We got to enjoy an airplane that we'll never see again. But you'll see me again, and I hope to see you again. Catch you on the next one.